Hello everyone out there and welcome. Glad you found my YouTube channel. This is David Allen Shorts, your future favorite author, and today we are going to be facing the battle being how to start writing your book. Now this is a tool that I found very useful for people that are simple like me. So if you're thinking I'm a very advanced writer, I don't need this tool, wonderful, you don't need it. But if maybe part of you is thinking, well, let's see what this tool is anyway, then let's dive on in, and I'm going to give you a very easy basic tool for starting your stories. Now, I like to put it on the clock. 3 minutes, let's go through it. The tool I'm going to be using, I have borrowed, I've taken, I've probably tweaked it a little bit, but maybe I haven't tweaked it too much. I've used it for years. I've used it for lots and lots of stories, starts, completions, screenplays, anything like that. It comes from this book right here, Syd Field's The Screenwriter's Workbook, and so I'm just throwing out that credit to him. I found it to be very, very concise, very short, and very simple. And this is going to be his paradigm for creating stories, where you plot your story. Let me show you the paradigm. I have seen other tools like this used before. There's some shorter ones, like the 3-act story frame, and then there's also much more elaborate, much more detailed ones that can be very helpful also, but I'm going to go with this one for now. So here is his paradigm, and I'm just going to explain the elements, and then in my next video I'm going to start plotting some famous stories on here, and we're going to go through some famous stories and see where everything fits on the paradigm. And after we see where it all fits, then we can start making our own. I think this is a tool that works for people all the way down to probably about 4th grade if you really love writing. Setting, put something there. Opening, our opening scene. Remember, this is written for screenplays, but books are the same common elements. We have a dramatic need that we establish during the opening of our story. We need to establish the dramatic need. Then we have plot point 1. I recall in the screenplay he says somewhere around 20 minutes, but with a lot of movies nowadays, especially kids' movies, it happens sooner than that. We hit plot point 1. There is an undercurrent between plot point 1 and the midpoint of our story or our book, an undercurrent. I'll be explaining that. We get to the midpoint. There's some event that happens. Doesn't have to be in the very middle. Could be a little bit past the middle. The undercurrent changes at the midpoint. That's what that midpoint is for. Then we get to plot point 2, and then after plot point 2 we have our ending. He throws in a pinch, number 1, and a pinch, number 2. Something dramatic, something exciting, something to keep the story moving forward, to keep our action people fascinated or our romance people interested. So we have our pinches also. That is the paradigm. Now, when I'm going to be taking some stories, like I want to start with Cars. In my next video, I'm going to put Cars on this plot line, so we're all familiar with the story of Cars and Lightning McQueen. If not, you're going to see what the story is all about. I'd like to do some other famous ones, maybe Star Wars, Lilo and Stitch, Lord of the Rings, when we can put all kinds of stories on here. Lord of the Rings will be a good example because we're going to be taking a 3-volume series, but I think I might boil it down and put the whole thing on here, and then you could break it down book by book and place each book on here as well. All right, I'm down to, according to my timer, 13 seconds, and it just stopped at 13 seconds. What's going on here? There we go. Thanks. Tune in next time, and we're going to put Cars on our paradigm. Thanks. Have a great day.